Who needs now? Oh, okay. Didn't realize you were seeing anybody within times anyway. Somebody in the out east?
The colors changed on my phone and I don't know how it changed.
Okay.
And I don't know how to change it.
Have you met him?
Yeah, like a green, weird color. No, the background is just the letters. Seems like it's being the settings I changed.
Okay. Well, that's great. Have they set a date?
Melinda.
Here we go again.
Easy, easy.
Oh, geez, you say that every time.
Now this is where we are. This would really.
Oh, you got a 50-50 shot.
That was all my favorite in school.
Yeah.
Not the essay.
So all these little balls are cheese? Cheesecake. Oh, okay, I thought you meant it was cheese balls and cheesecakes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, very different. They must have rolled all of those cheese balls, cheesecake balls, and then dipped them in some kind of icing. I don't know how she did it.
Is that a cookie?
That's how it was that simple to me.
Yeah, it's like a peanut butter. Oh, a no bake?
No bake, probably.
I went late.
Put that oatmeal on it.
Oh, pretty dress. He looks nice too. We all look at the dress. So who's the Gordon's relative? The girl or?
The parents? You want it to make sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sitting chocolate, no bacon.
Lynn, you worked in 2 zingers at the end, that was good.
Okay. Two fingers.
The two
Zingers.
zingers.
Yeah, I got the zingers.
Yeah, you got 2 of them this time.
Yeah, can you come in anything else?
I was happy with the Taco Bell.
Seems like you brought me a water. Oh, you didn't bring me a water.
That last one makes me think Fred, long since passed away, Ron Cody, who lived over, did you know the Codys? Okay, you knew Ann and Ron, so you remember the sign they had on the door, something like that? On this day in 1873, absolutely nothing happened. Yeah, I worked with Ron.
That made it look better. Really, you know, I just can't put a face in mine. Probably not that one.
Red-haired, stout. Had the classic 3 daughters, the blonde, brunette, and the redhead. It's funny, but it's true. They moved up here from central Indiana back in the early 80s. And sold insurance.
Possibly, I might have had one of the daughters in class too.
Probably.
Probably.
I have to dig to pull the names up.
Yeah.
And then they had a son too. He was kind of wild in high school. Got a short piece of education.
Was it really?
Settled down.
Holy smokes.
Okay. It kind of looks like everybody is wound up until if there's conflict on the answers, I have the cheat sheet here too.
Oh, geez, of course you do.
Any questions, I'll read it. How about the first one?
Oh,
False. Number two? True. Three?
False.
4?
False.
5?
True.
6?
True.
False. False?
What?
I'll read it if you want me to.
No, that's fine.
How about 7?
true, true.
8?
False.
9?
False.
And 10?
True.
Wow, everybody did great.
I got them all right. I'll send you down.
Skip it. 100% while you'd skip me.
Ah, that's all right, I'll send you.
Next time it'll be harder.
Okay, yeah.
We had to start out easy.
That won't happen.
Thank you.
Might as well just give it to me now.
That's the way it's been going, kind of.
I think
It's a new year.
That's gonna make a difference.
I hope so.
Then come the final meeting, that's
All right, but I think it's
Wow.
It was one of the easiest ones that had
Before we get into the stuffy formalities, let's talk a little bit about stuff going on in our group here. First of all, does anybody have an update on Stan's situation?
Not gonna say nothing.
Stan's at Willows and for rehab up on Kavanaugh.
Okay.
I saw him Monday, and I think he thinks he's doing better than what he is. And he thinks that he's gonna go home soon, but there's no way unless he can physically get himself, by himself, out of bed and in a wheelchair. And if he can't do that, why Jenny, there's no way Jenny can handle it. So Stan can be very convincing on how he's doing. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he had said in an email last night that he had a doctor's appointment this morning, so I haven't heard anything since then.
Yeah, I haven't either.
So
Okay.
what's the
So-
reason that he's?
Well, it's kind of a long story. I'll try to shorten it up a little bit. He went in the hospital with headaches. While he was in there, he was never admitted. He laid in the hallway or something for 3 days. And then he got a bed sore. And then during this time, he basically lost the rest of the use of his upper body strength in his legs. So then he went to Eaton Rapids. It took 4 of us to get him in the van to go to Eaton Rapids. He was in there for like a day and a half, and then he got out of there and went to McLaren, and they wanted him to go from McLaren to rehab, and he flat refused. He thought he could do it at home, and with rehab coming in twice a week, and a nurse coming in twice a week or whatever. Well, he was home for 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, about, yeah. And finally, kind of talked him into going to rehab, and he's been up there for maybe a little over a week. But he thinks that he should be getting better right now. And he thinks if he can get home and get in a hospital bed, he'll be fine.
Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
So we need to keep him in our prayers.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
And Jennifer too.
And, yeah, of course, and Becky, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to a little more optimistic thing. Who had some really cool summer experiences? I know Cindy and Lynn did.
Oh, we went on a cruise to Alaska,
And,
saw an iceberg, a whale, and a few whales, and either a log in the water or a sea otter, couldn't really tell. But
Then it was a sea otter.
yeah, I think it was a sea otter. And I rode the tallest zip line.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a shirt that says I survived the zip line. Lynn rode first too. And we had a good time. It was a 9-day cruise out of Seattle. We flew in and out of Seattle. We had been planning a cruise for 3 years, and they kept changing and changing. With that, they give you cruise credits at a point after you pay some money in. So it was like, okay, we gotta use it. We went to Alaska.
Did you hit the iceberg?
No, which was I mean, I don't wanna hit the iceberg, but, they were gonna take us in this one area that has a fjord, and it's supposed to be beautiful. And also, as you get into it, there's a glacier that, calving glacier and stuff. But he started to go in, and they did try to get into this area. It was a beautiful day, but you could see the icebergs in the water. I mean, the little bitty ones and some bigger ones, and so it was probably better we didn't do that.
Our gal that used to work at the bank, Joanne Lose,
Uh-huh.
and she's in Florida now, but when she went to Alaska on a cruise, they hit the iceberg.
Oh, really?
They're the one, she was on the ship that hit the iceberg.
No, I read about that one.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why they didn't want to. But we lucked out, because before we went, if you look at the weather, it was supposed to rain the entire time, and we got there, and we only had rain one day. Otherwise, it was beautiful weather, and the captain and the crew kept saying, you guys brought good weather, because they had not seen sunshine in 2 cruises or 3 cruises. It was quite a way.
How far north did you get then?
All the way to Icy Strait Point. We went to 2 different places. This is the second cruise we took to Alaska. And we went to Sitka and Icy Strait Point, that was the furthest north. And then Skagway, we took the train, because we hadn't done that white pass train before, and, that's beautiful. I mean, I think for me, I can't speak for Lynn, but it's just such a, you don't realize how immense it is. It is so huge. Yeah, it's just incredible. That really is an awesome place to see.
You have your camera set on, panning and get the whole wide angle of the whole yard. The photo, if you have 3 screens up, it still doesn't do justice for what it's actually there. One thing you need 3 screens for is my fish that I caught.
Is it bigger than the 135-pound one you caught in Homer?
He didn't catch it.
It's
We
the
didn't
same
catch
fish.
it. It's the same fish. But I will say, there's this guy we play pickleball with here in town. He caught a 150-pound fish.
Really?
A hell of it. Yeah, several.
But
years.
he doesn't have a photo or nothing.
Oh, so he can't prove it.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Next time we see him, we have to ask him, but anyway. So there are bigger fish than the 135 pound.
Well, thank you. Rich, you've got a little project going on up north?
Well, there's that, plus I did a 6-day kayak trip to Arroyo.
Okay.
That went great. It's the first time I've been on a guided trip. I've known the guide for a long time. He has a well-deserved reputation for being an excellent backcountry cook, and that helped. So it turned out to be a good group, very small group, 5 people. Turned out I knew slightly 2 of the people from a kayaking event that I've gone to that's focused on traditional paddling, the paddling with sticks essentially, Greenland style. And they brought 2 friends of theirs along that they've done a lot with, and so it was a good group. In fact, they all showed up. A month later, we were all together at that same kayak training camp. So we saw 8 moose. We at the one place that we camped there the first night out, and then we spent 2 nights there on the way back. And there was an otter living underneath the dock that came out because none of us had an urge to be fishing, but the guy loved to fish, and so he went out, he trolled, and the last day there, he caught a couple lake trout, and after he cleaned them, he chucked the remains way out in the bay, and the otter caught sight of that, and was going out pulling pieces back in. No wolves. We did get to the headquarters of the wolf moose study, which is pretty impressive. They've got, you have all these bones laid out there, and this has been going on for, 65 years? Candy Peterson, with Rolf, who's been kind of ahead of it since almost the beginning, was off at home being Dennis, was what Candy did the presentation. And then challenged everybody there, to be involved. She asked, what are you doing? I said, I'm gainfully unemployed. She said, went down my throat essentially. But wait a minute, I'm in the Lions, I've got this church, I've got this going on. And so it was pretty that was entertaining. That's not far from Caribou Island where we camp is another island that there's a Rock Harbor Lighthouse, which is a museum. And you've got a fishery there that is also set up essentially as the fishery was. For 100 years, families from most of Minnesota would come over and fish, run fish, for the summers, commercial fishing.
So it sounds like it was a pretty good experience all around.
Yep. And funny
Okay.
enough, I ran, the couple that was actually docents at the fishery, I happened to know slightly.
Cool.
Thought.
Love small world stories.
Yeah, so.
Okay, who else has got some cool stories? Or fun stories, or heartwarming, or whatever they might be?
I'm gonna, Joanne and I are gonna venture out to Tennessee the 24th of this month.
Okay?
Got a daughter that lives down there. Where they live, I don't know what town they live in.
Oh, how you gonna get there
I'm gonna guide. Julie.
Oh, you only go there?
Yeah. We're gonna fly down. And,
Fly down?
Oh, yeah, direct, oh, hell, yeah. They know how to spend your money. So we're gonna leave the 24th, we're only gonna be gone 4 days, but, I guess I'm pretty excited because, we went out and bought a dinner cruise for the first night while we were there. So they're really, so we're gonna have fun.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? Nobody's sharing. Well, Tony's getting a new son-in-law. Or isn't that supposed to be public knowledge
This
yet?
is public,
Oh, okay.
not a big deal.
Oh. Okay.
It had nothing to do with it.
Well, I know. Sammy did all the work, but I think it's kind of cool. But anyway, Jeff and I went on a couple of Airstream camping trips, just like long weekend kinds of things, so that's kind of it for us. A lot of weeding, and he's doing stuff on the barn, and I don't know, besides and ends and stuff. It's kind of a stay-at-home summer. So, if no one else has any stories, last
We had
chance?
a pretty nice, memorial for my wife.
That's right, yes, that was very nice. Yes, thank you for including the community.
It's over.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
They had a lot of food there, I'll tell you that. Full feet.
Yeah.
We never have anything like food. We never-
Yeah, everybody was well fed, lots of desserts, lots of, what do you call it, entrees and you name it, sides. Yeah, it was very nicely done. Okay, let's go along with the formal agenda then and start with the secretary's report.
The minutes of our last meeting in May are on the back of your agenda, and they were emailed in advance. So if there are any additions or corrections, please let me know.
Okay. Hearing none? All right, let's have that report on the community services meetings. Doug, that would be you.
Okay, yes, Jenny and I have been attending the meetings that happen once a month. They're now called community leaders meetings or something like that, but they're run by Mason Community Services, which is a group of churches that got together. And I've told you guys about this before, and so I go and I'm representing Lions clubs, and Jenny goes oftentimes too. She had a special request, and I think we've talked about it in here, about some kind of social gathering place activity for those people who are with disabilities who are timed out by the system because they're over 26 years old. So they call them 26 plus, that's what they call them. And there's a number of those programs around the country. And we wanted to do something here, and so they actually got with the special ed teacher at the high school and a few other volunteers, and they've already had their first meeting, and they're doing it over at the Presbyterian Church once a month. So there's a place for Becky to go and meet people. They had a good time, I guess, at the first introductory meeting. So that's something that has happened through that Mason Community Services church group. So I'm still going to that. Mostly I just tell them what we do. That's my job. Then I also attended training for secretaries and club administrators. Karen was there.
Yeah, I wasn't leading it this time, no.
No, but she was there,
Yeah.
and it was kind of crowded.
Yeah, it was pretty much standing room only, and it was nice because it was the only training that actually got held last spring.
Yeah.
This is one of those cases where I tried to throw a party. We had a hall rented where we've had upwards of 50 people before, and everything worked out really great. 2 weeks before the event, we had less than 5 responses for club president and vice president and membership and orientation. And we said, well, you know, gas was still $5 a gallon. How many more people are gonna sign up in the next 2 weeks? So we did have to cancel it. We're still trying to figure out how we're gonna get training done, but I think people are mostly getting it done now by going online. There are a number of webinars that are being offered at the state level, at the international level, and things like that. So it's not like people aren't getting the hardcore knowledge that they need in addition to just watching their predecessors, how their predecessors did the job. So
Yeah, I did the training for secretary online the year before or
Okay.
whatever, but it was nice to see people. It really was nice.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we
because
had
you can
good-
exchange the
good
ideas a
fun.
lot better
Yeah.
than if you're on a webinar. Okay, so anyway, you did that.
Yep.
And I guess that's it for the secretary's report. And Rich, the treasurer's report, please.
All right, so administrative account 5,342.54. Charitable gaming, and I've not moved money due to a different discussion yet, but 5,978.97. Donation account is $5,095.56. I usually don't report this, but there's a reason tonight that we'll get to later that I am going to report on our savings account. And that savings account is from when Terry, I don't know how many years ago, came up with the idea of buying a house and having us flip it. And so we've had the profit of that sitting in the bank for forever, doing nothing. That is sitting at $11,021.91 as of the end of August.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, next up is Leo Club report. I did go to the meeting last week. It was their first meeting, and Amber, I call her, or Mrs. McRae, Ms. McRae, I guess is what the kids call her, gave a nice introduction to what Leos and Lions are all about and what we're doing as far as serving the community, making it a little better place and all that. She did a really nice job with that. The kids elected their officers for the year. They have one 8th grader, a bunch of 7th graders, and a whole bunch of 6th graders. So it was, well, maybe a dozen or so kids to start with. They're full of enthusiasm. They made a great big long list of things that they want to accomplish this year. Starting with Friday, they're going to go over and clean a local park. Just pick up trash and things like that, and I don't know what park it is. But so whoever goes on Friday, check with Amber first to see what the sign-up time is. Like, I assume they're gonna meet at the school at the regular time and then go over from there to the park.
I have some information for some of those members, if whoever's going on Friday can take it to them.
Okay, now,
Good segue into who's going for
this year, maybe we've had to do it in the past, but I don't remember it. This year, they do require us, if you're gonna work with the Leos, you do have to fill out this application for a background check. I mailed mine this morning. It's just half a dozen questions and a copy of your driver's license. So, who needs one of these besides Cindy?
I go on occasion. so
Okay?
I'm glad they're doing that finally, as far as they
Yeah.
haven't until now.
I'm
Okay,
surprised
who
you
else?
haven't known
Dave,
before.
thank you. Anyone else?
I might as well take one too.
Okay. Just in case. She said that if once you pass this, that it's good for any kind of thing that you need a background check for. Technically, since you passed it already for football games, you're covered, except you don't have the documentation to show that you have that,
Right.
so.
I'm not real happy about driver's license, a copy of my driver's license in
Yeah,
there.
I know.
I don't think that's gonna,
Yeah, I'm not keen on that either, but if they want,
Lynn, what do you think about it?
I have issues with, non-law enforcement having copies of driver's
Okay,
license, your photo
Okay.
ID. Who all has access to that?
right,
And,
okay.
yeah.
Does somebody know somebody that can bring that up with the school and ask? I don't happen to,
There's other ways to get background rather than using a driver's license.
but. Yeah, because we don't
Yeah,
with
you
the,
don't need
for
it, yeah.
Michigan State. Okay, I will see if I can track down somebody who can answer that.
What would happen if people just filled it out without the driver's license?
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Oh, you do that as a starting point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now, for those who'd like to work at the Leo's meetings, Cindy's got a calendar with her tonight, so see her after the meeting and sign up for
Actually,
dates.
I'll pass it
Oh,
around, and I
okay.
am wondering, is there somebody who can go Friday, the 16th? Want a pen?
Wait. I'll do it on Friday, but we just, maybe just a tad late to start our.
Okay.
I'll go on Friday.
Alright.
Okay, any questions about
You can't go
Leo's?
Okay.
Okay, next item then, old business and updates, Mason Cares Day. Doug, would you like to give the report?
Sure, I'm gonna pass this around. There we go. All right. We had a couple things that we had to move on because, and I emailed everybody about it, because we weren't having our first meeting until now. And the first one was, we had, I've got the planning meeting here on this agenda. I have the planning meeting report and Good Morning Mason report. Did you want to talk about those before I get to the Mason Piers?
Well, the planning meeting report, we're pretty much gonna cover the board meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. We did have a planning meeting on August 24th.
Yes.
A lot of people know that. And we did go to Good Morning Mason and on August 25th. And Jeff and Karen and myself went. And now is your chance to talk about that.
Okay, yes, I won the 50-50 for the chamber good morning thing, and it's a nice little bundle of cash. There was also a very nice gift box, which had some really good goodies in it. Those are not here tonight, but there were some other things that are here. They're duplicates of things that we have. So take a look after the meeting. There's a net gator, there's a log, hand sanitizer, memo cube, candle, what do you call it, water jug. Anyway, just take any of those that you want.
Yeah, that was provided by Commercial Bank, so you notice Commercial Bank is all over those things.
Yeah. So, like I say, those are duplicates of things we already had, so feel free to take those.
The other two things, as I mentioned, are things that we can't keep moving on. Mason Cares Day, Karen and I were at the registration table. We have photographic proof that we'll be posting on our report of us being there. However, there's no photographic evidence of me leaving early because my son forgot his keys in England and I had to drive a set of keys down to Metro. So, but Karen hung in there, so that was good. That was the washing, the waxing, the fire trucks, and the rain held off for a while.
Yeah.
I think, and they got quite a bit done. Celebrate Community. The powers that be at International decided that they would move up this event, Celebrate Community, from October to September. Okay, and they didn't ask us, I can tell you that. But at any rate, they decided to move it to this week. So it's actually this week. And that's where we're supposed to do something along with the Rotary Club, the Optimist Club, and the Kiwanis Club. And so what we came up with was something that was existing, like we did last year with an existing event. and it's the, you have it on your table. It's the Share Your Hair, Cutting and Collecting for a Cause. That's collecting donations for Maggie's Wigs for Kids for the most part. But if you know somebody who wants to give their hair, they can do that too. Lynn and I will not be doing that probably, but so there it goes. But
Not the only one.
A lot of hair here.
But we have a place for donations and for donating here. The Kiwanis, the Optimus, and the Rotary all have the same thing. So, but we'll be having it out on Saturday. Your actual event is also on Saturday at Sparrow. I got to see exactly where it will be today because I was at Sparrow. But that's going on from 9 to noon. So if you can help out, you know, let people know about this, that we're collecting for Maggie's Wigs for Kids and the Sparrow Hairathon. If you're working the booth on Saturday, that would be a good thing. Otherwise, feel free to make a donation. I mean, my Facebook birthday fundraiser for Maggie's Wigs. So anything you can do for that would be helpful. Last year, of course, we did raise, between the 4 clubs, we raised $1,200 for the crop walk. And I didn't want the crop walk people to feel so bad about us leaving them in the lurch. So I signed Mason Lions and Leos, instead of Mason Lions and Leos. Because Cindy and I and some of the Leos actually were there last year too. So if you are able to do that, there's a flyer on your table for that. You can go ahead and sign up for that. That's going to be on October 9th. So I'm also encouraging the other 3 service clubs to do that too. But that'll be coming up October 9th. And I think that's it, unless people got questions. Okay.
Another item on the agenda, something else that just popped into my mind. There is a video on YouTube about Maggie's Wigs for Kids that is a tour of their facility. It's a nice video. I think it lasts about 20 minutes, something like that. It is really a cool place. It's in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. I've not been there in person, but they've got the rooms where the wigs are fitted to the clients. Most of the kids who get these wigs have cancer, but it can be also adults who have alopecia, which is hair loss, for example. They also have therapy rooms, physical therapy. They have social rooms where kids can get together, whether with other cancer patients or with their siblings or friends, whatever, to just kind of not think about cancer for a while. So it's really a very nice facility. It's something that supported at the state level through Lions. So anyway, then 22 through 23 committee signups. I will just pass this form around. Sign up frequently for lots of stuff. Okay, town home days, courthouse show. Rob has the sign up sheet for that.
Yep.
He's already talked about the crop walk.
There's a spot down there for crop walk too.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to discuss in the new business section here? Does anyone have announcements they'd like to make or reminders for us?
I have an item that I found out about, has to do with the water in your house. My neighbors went away for a few days, came back home, and there was water in their house caused from their ice maker. They had to replace the floor, the covers, carpet, everything. So I got this from a plumber, and he said, if you're going to be gone for 2 or 3 days, go to your breaker in the basement, wherever it is. There's a button there that says water. Turn it off, and it just turns the water off. So you won't have this mess when you come home. But your ice maker froze up or kept pushing water out. So they're in the process, they've been at this a month trying to get it fixed. Wow. So it's just a tidbit out there. If you go away, just go down the basement and turn the button that says water. And that'll take, the pump won't work, but everything else in your house will. Something to know.
Yeah, good information. Anybody else have any helpful household hints?
Are you gonna talk about the football game at all, or?
Did I miss that?
I didn't put it up.
Well, No wonder, I'm both blonde
Two
and
football
senior.
games under our belt. So far, the weather's been beautiful.
Good.
Made about $1,000, I think, so far. Seems to be going pretty good. We seem to have quite a few people, and they've been sending them to other games, which is whatever, you know. Anybody that wants to go is more than welcome. Next game is the 24th. The game starts at 3:30, so as always, 2 hours ahead of time.
3:30?
3:30.
Okay, thank you for that. Anybody else have anything they'd like to bring up? Okay, with that being the case, we'll move to adjourn the meeting.
I think we do.
All in favor?
Not this time, but I thought
Okay, he already knows. Okay, so we do need a board meeting.
they 50/50 or?
Oh, hey,
Dan?
as I say, I am both blonde and senior.
We're gonna get the job done, that's what.
He wants to know how much we made on Texas Hold'em, roughly.
Give me a moment.
$13 still want her.
Basically,
Out of
about-
space
you
here to
did
do
good.
it.
In this room?
Where are you gonna find one? Well, I can show you the best thing we got.
Can I give you that?
No, I just got this, note from Ruth and.
Well, figure it out.
That's 4 hours.
Switching me over, darn it.
7, 8, 9,
Facebook
3.
is screwing me up again.
9, 2.
I got 9-3.
I got 9, 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
What do you have?
9-3.
3.
Oh, God, I missed it.
What'd you have,
I-
did we pull?
I knew we should have,
There's
There's
that honest face, yep.
don't serve it all in one place.
Okay.
Give Sid some gas money.
Probably not enough, not down. Well, it's not easy.
Tony, have Tony draw it, he's a big winner.
It's too far to go. Close.
All right. Joker draw, and I checked, the Joker's in there, along with the other 6 or so that I added. We have 527, 459.
1, 2.
4, 5, 9.
Yep,
There you go. Are you serious? Draw it again.
no, I want
Do
him
you
to
owe him a
win.
dollar, I think?
Oh, yeah. I don't wanna win.
I think we're at about $22.
what am I doing?
Good luck, Ken. Hope you
Go
win
ahead.
it. Hope you win it.
Drum roll. Yeah, good luck.
Oh, darn it.
Queen of clubs.
Starting right where we left off.
Here it is, long ways away.
That's great. I did win the dollar.
You did too, that's good.
Yeah, there's a sign up sheet on there, take it back down.
You didn't even last year bad.
Again, there is a sign up sheet
Well, you
at the
haven't
back
got it
table
over
for
there.
Down Home Days.
No, it's already.
The sign up sheet's going around, oh, no, here it is.
Aaron, do you want
Well,
that
he's complaining
discussion
about
on the
taking
board
a plate
level
out
or
of it,
for the
then he gave
whole
a glass
club?
of water.
I almost think the whole club.
Well, the whole club can sit in on the board meeting. Okay, we're transmogrifying into a board meeting here. Everybody is welcome to stay and be a part of it.
Board meeting minutes.
Yeah, that was familiar. Okay, I'm gonna sit down with this one. Well, the main topic that we want to talk about is that we have a situation of a couple of members who are facing a lot of health issues, a lot of financial issues, and some suggestions have been made about ways that we can help them out. A couple of suggestions have been, one is financial aid from a non-public account that would be like the account that Rich mentioned, our savings account for the house with, or it could be from the admin account. An additional thing that was suggested was life membership for the two members in question. This would mean, if there's a life membership at the international level, you have to pay $650 for that, and that only covers international level. We'll have our own definition, which would say, let's cover all of their dues at all levels for as long as they remain members of the club. So, discussion, suggestions.
I highly recommend that. When I was writing up, the dues billing, I did not write up the dues billing for Stan and Jenny.
Yeah, it is Stan and Jenny we're talking about.
Yeah, we need to have that clear. And then the other part of it, we've got that house money, it's just sitting there.
So
doing
that's,
absolutely
so that's
nothing.
not in a CD, that's not locked into anything?
It earns a little bit of money.
But it's just
not-
a savings account?
It's a savings
Oh.
account.
Okay.
So I could go down, I don't have any checks for that account, so I could go down to Dark Bank and figure out how I get money out. You gotta make a transaction every year on that anyway, or they're gonna wanna start charging you as a debt account. So
Yeah.
we need to do something anyway.
So the $1,000, we agreed on $1,000.
That's a number that has been suggested, yeah. And
Okay,
if
I
you
thought,
mentioned
I thought that was already cut and dried at the planning meeting that you had.
No, we,
No, we didn't have enough people for a
We
board
didn't
meeting.
have
Oh, okay.
That's why we're doing it now.
Three of us
yeah,
didn't make
the
the
four of
quorum.
us,
Yeah.
the five of us that were there said, yeah, this is cool. Your vote
Okay.
made number 6, but we didn't think that really constituted, so. Is this something that I guess we should vote on, technically?
What, you've got a quorum
First, I
now,
need a
don't you?
mo- first I need a motion.
Okay,
Two motions,
okay.
Okay.
Make 2
So-
separate motions then,
yeah,
Okay.
actually 3.
okay.
So, motion
whatever.
number one.
Have him shut up or?
Motion number 1, make Stan Jordan a life member of the Mason Lions Club. This means that he will not be charged for international, state, district, or meal dues.
I second it.
That's motion 1. Motion 2, same thing for Jennifer Jordan.
I second it. Hey, I was gonna shut that.
That's motion 1, motion 2. Motion 3, that we provide $1,000 from the savings account. It may have to flow through the admin account, I don't know that, but from the savings account to Stan and Jenny.
I second.
Okay. On the first one, make Stan a life member, is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that carried. The second motion, the same for Jenny, life membership with no dues or meal charges at any level for as long as you've been. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, okay. Then the third motion, to provide $1,000 to help them with medical expenses. I've heard numbers like when he has to be transported in an ambulance, it's
Well,
like
and
$150.
we redid their bathroom and they've got.
That's right, all by itself, yeah. And then they
It
have
was well
envelopes.
over $1,000.
Yeah, okay, so, but we're gonna start with $1,000. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Are there any other topics that anybody would like to
Just a
bring
quick
up?
update from the last board meeting. We had 2 members we dropped as per our decision at that particular point in time. That would be Kyle and Gary. And so they've been dropped off the roster. Kristen is still hanging on. We haven't really decided what'll happen with her yet, but she's still on the roster.
Okay,
Just let people know.
yeah, you need to get in touch with her.
Okay.
Okay, any other topics?
Kristen Horstman, she was in the Williamson Club. She transferred to us.
She was in the Williams.
Any other topics? Rich?
I have an answer for Ken Matthews' question.
Oh, good, 'cause I'm still looking for it.
I was able to pull up my spreadsheet. Profit was $34.52.15. That's
Pretty
profit.
good. That was for the Texas Hold'em.
Texas
Oh,
Hold'em.
Yeah.
Except for
The,
that work.
deposit was $7,383. So that's what we put in. And then you had 200 for a license, 22.52.15 to ACES, and $1,000 to the event spot for the facility. So that left 34.52.15.
So we did pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stan was very happy.
That first day was a good day.
yeah.
That's big tournament.
Yeah, usually it
anybody
builds
know-
up, but yeah, the first day was the biggest.
Yeah, does anybody know when the next one is?
It's in December.
December, and he said the paperwork will come about 3 months before
We
that.
should be getting it pretty soon.
Yeah, just so you know, Rich and Doug between them are gonna figure out which of them or both are gonna take care of the paperwork till Stan has access to a computer again.
December 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And we're gonna have to think about when we're gonna have the Christmas party, because the 14th would be our
Yep.
normal Christmas party night.
Actually, we probably better figure that out, because you have to go so far in advance with the city.
You get a date, I can
Or
do that
unless
tomorrow.
you're gonna do it with a church event.
That worked out
And the
well.
Leos are already asking about it. They're interested in purchasing
Oh,
it,
yes.
so.
They are an eager bunch, aren't they?
They are, yeah. I was like, it was really fun being there with them. Even the sixth graders you'd think would be really quiet and shy, and they weren't. They were speaking up.
Well, what if you did it the first week of December, which is the 7th?
That would work.
That works.
So you want, Lynn got it last year, you want, I'm speaking for you, you want to get the church or the city hall?
Oh, Pearl Harbor Day. December
Oh,
7th?
it's- The 7th is Pearl Harbor, is that the flag day then?
No flags, no flags, there's a memorial in the morning.
Where do you want to have it?
The church was fine, otherwise the city's fine too.
Yeah, they both worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
The only issue with the church is making sure everybody knows which way to come in.
Yeah.
We weren't there, so I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
yeah, you have to go in a back entrance.
Yeah, there's some people that came in through the front, and that got opened up along the way or something.
Yeah.
Some of the Leos came in that way.
Yeah, we'll just have to put
Probably
that
try
on.
for City Hall first and then the church as a backup.
Okay.
City Hall first?
On the 7th?
Yeah.
On the 7th. So tell me again, the Texas Hold'em is the 14th through,
14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
It's not big enough for here.
That's what I put on my calendar, so
yeah.
Sign up
Okay.
outside that door or something.
assuming that I heard everything correctly when Stan was putting it out.
Any other topics?
Just a quick, Cindy, or when we turn in these things, background check things, do they let us know if we're good to go, or how does that work, or Karen?
I'd say just
Do
go.
it- Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it-
mailed mine in. I didn't even think about the driver's license thing. I wish I had. But I would say go mail it in and say, well,
It's
I
in the
don't know
mail.
what you say.
If anybody stops you, say it's in the mail,
Yeah,
but, you
I
know,
don't think it's
I
gonna
don't
be
think
a
it's
real
gonna come up.
problem down there.
I don't think it's gonna come up. Especially if you go in the back door like we normally do.
Yeah,
Here's the bills.
I think I know the principal down there anyway.
Mr.
Anybody
Barry
sign up
Hill?
for?
Barry Hill?
Yeah.
Do you have a calendar? Anybody go on Friday? With my pen,
I-
somebody?
You said Lynn was gonna go on Friday.
He can't,
Oh,
Actually, I said I would,
but he can't. Where's my pen? Anybody got my pen?
No, I guess.
No, that one.
goes
Here.
somewhere.
I have it.
See the Flag Friday, POWMIA Day.
Friday, 1 to 3.
You can skip me on one of the old.
We'll be flying down at the
I
diner.
don't know if it's on
Friday the
change.
16th, I'll do it.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
At least we hope it is. I think you still got it, don't you?
Yeah, I knew you did.
You going down there for breakfast?
We need to decide if we're gonna continue doing this thing with Leo, because nobody signed up.
Well, I can sign up. I can't go Friday, but I can sign up.
Okay, then sign up.
But
As it
that's
looks
why I
right
was,
now.
that's why I was asking you about the,
I think you sign up and
just go.
just go.
Yeah, I mean, if they ask, say you turned it in. They don't know if you didn't
Well,
know.
right now, it's Karen and I, and that's it, so, well, Dave.
Well, where's, Melinda usually goes too, doesn't she?
She does, sometimes, yes.
Jenny has in the past, but she's got other issues
I
right
don't
now.
think she'll probably be doing
I'm gonna take this pin apart.
Don't have a lot of signups in general. No, we'll work on it. People will show up when the time comes.
And if you give me a copy of that, I can turn that into an email, so that people who aren't here,
Okay, thank you, yes.
I'll get.
Still going at 2:30 or 2:40 or something like that?
2:40 is good.
I can sign up for one too, David.
it. It still works,
Yeah.
doesn't it? We just need to go to the end of October, so.
What's that?
Do September and October, that's enough for now, and then I'll bug you later
Well, it
on.
was, I can do the 23rd, and if Doug doesn't want it,
I can do the 23rd.
here you go. Here's, don't lose your pen.
Here.
No, I want my pen back. Oh, that doesn't write very well on that, that's why
No, I signed up for the 23rd.
Anything else? I think we're all done then. Thanks for coming, everybody.
but you got. Right,
What now? Maybe you haven't seen glitches that didn't work out so good.
Doug's got it.
Water ain't working right or something.
Okay, great.
Well, as a matter of fact.
Appreciate it.
Water bill's been $8 went up.
All we have, October's the 14th. What are you doing on the 14th of October?
Well, Friday we opened.
I'm trying to figure out.
I called you,
In between battles.
told him, hey, you gotta turn the water on. Oh, it is on. I said, "Oh, it's not."
Okay.
We'll get that done.
Not in October.
They don't
They
want to
were,
come
but
up
they're not
with a
anymore.
$4,000
Coming in
bill
September.
Yeah,
6 months down the road.
so July.
Hey, what?
August.
Here. Have a coffee cup, my treat.
I do not want it.
Oh, okay.
How about a cold water mug?
You're too generous.
How about, here, sanitize your hands.
You know, I was fishing Sunday up to Holton Lake. I
Yeah?
got a 32-inch northern.
Well, lucky you.
Damn near jerked the pole right out of my hand. It just like,
Trolling?
yeah. Wham.
Yeah, 230, 240.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Are those
Note pens,
what?
note pens, note.
They're stickums, aren't they?
Friday,
Might be worth something.
Did you keep it?
last Friday.
Slimy damn things anyway.
Meters stuck,
You clean it?
something stuck.
Yeah.
Did you have any meat left when you got it done, or you
Yeah.
do a lot
I
of
just get
pipe
confused and
cleaning?
give them right back to you and charge you again.
We've been trading
Did you
about
pay this?
3 big pike a day.
So they're paid?
Yeah,
All right, great, so we remember.
What are you trolling with them?
that would be good.
Beetle
There you
spins.
go, they're paid.
Oh, really?
I cut mine.
Do you ever pick up any walleye?
Once in a while.
Well, they're doing pretty good this
Once
spring.
in a while, you get bass.
I don't know how you could do
Once
it.
once in all around, once you go
All the
around,
way?
things are just,
Going to
they slowed it down a lot, put out a lot of line.
Recycle.
Get it a little deeper.
He
I
recycled.
put a trolling motor on my pontoon boat.
Oh, did you? Electric one?
Uh-huh. So now I run whatever speed I set it at.
Up the line.
Yeah.
Oh, these are nice
too
cups,
fast
I'll
for
take this one.
What's that?
I think it's too fast for foreplay.
Could be.
More than like it.
Yeah.
Too shallow.
Tell my girl I said hi.
Will do. Okay.
We have a very nice scented candle here, free.
Bad for a moment.
Okay.
Sick of screwing around with quarantine people, I said, get this out of here. And then he goes, why didn't they go out this
Take
afternoon?
that home to Ken. She likes candles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, s'mores and embers, this one is scented as.
So I got a new freezer. The outside freezer that I got, you can't lock it. They replaced that lock. It lasted it lasted till we closed it Saturday and it was frozen.
I was gonna ask, they still have,
I thought it threw those away.
recycle stuff and they take the rest of, there used to be, years ago, there used to be somebody in Lansing that owned this, where you could reuse stuff. For the rest of-
Oh,
I don't know what they call it now.
the rehab?
Our job away from us.
They had,
I'm not trying.
they'd go in and they'd buy a restaurant out.
Oh, okay, I don't know about
And
that.
they used, but they probably don't have that anymore, but years ago, they used to have it. We had a guy that banked with us and had that business.
All me in the head.
And he'd go buy a restaurant and then
You
piecemeal
feel like
stuff
yourself
out.
lonely, or pretty much back to earth?
Oh, I'm fine. I
I'm gonna
had
say-
an eye doctor's
Okay.
appointment.
Oh,
Good seeing you.
I have macular degeneration.
Oh.
So today, I hadn't had it in a year, they gave me a shot in my eye. I hate those things.
yeah, I can imagine.
It doesn't hurt, it's just aggravating.
Well,
He does a very good job.
about it.
Has no bedside manner, but he's a good doctor.
Well, that's what counts, I guess.
Yeah,
Counts for something, that's for sure.
right.
I know, he's fat.
Oh, no, it didn't.